Hi, she's Trixie, and I'm Sarah, and this is Our Yarn World, a place where we come to share the love of yarn crafts and all that it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 149. We're going to be at 150 episodes
Next
soon.
week.
So, for any one of you that has followed us along this treacherous journey, it hasn't been treacherous, but it's this very fulfilling journey. We hope that you are getting a lot out of it just as much as we are. We are very, very happy to do this every single week. It's so fulfilling. It's just, it feels almost like this journal of sharing everything that we've done over the years with people who will appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so please know how much it means for everyone who is still with us from...
Well, and it's also a journal of just the different hairstyles. I mean, I went from long down to my behind all the way up to, well, it was shorter than this last summer.
How many colors and hairstyles have I gone
I
through?
know.
God.
So I look back on our old videos just seeing all that, but we've come a long way from the beginning.
Yeah.
We're a lot easier.
We've gotten down to a better science of this thing.
I was going to say it was easier to talk, but I all of a sudden lost my words. So there you go. But we still have the laugh factor here.
Oh, we were just losing our minds with laughter before we turned this on.
Yeah.
But to our normal broadcast,
Yes.
and what we normally bring to the table, which is sharing what we've done this week and sharing what we're working on and sharing our crafting life, hobbies, updates.
So you guys know that I made pumpkins for Olivia and Canyo. I said I was making one for Sarah too. Well, I did make one out of, let me have this blue. I made one out of this muted fall colors, and I made out of the blue. So I think that was Cape Cod blue of the Karen 1 pound. And I was able to make a great big beautiful muted colored pumpkin and a long vine. And like I said, it's filled with plastic grocery bags because I didn't have any stuffing to go in it, but that works for me. And Sarah just helped me put the pumpkin on the pumpkin, all the lines. We just got done doing that because I wasn't sure how to do it exactly the way she had done it for me last year. I'm going to show you the pumpkin that she made for me last year is I just love this. She made it so good, and the leaves and the vine and everything. Hers looks so much better than mine does, but it's because she knows how to shape things. She knows how to make toys and stuff, and she knows how to make the shaping for the leaves and stuff like that. But I was just trying something out, and I thought I could just make something out of colors that she would love because she loves the muted and she loves the autumn colors. So, here you go.
I love that we just made each other pumpkins.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So, while doing this and cinching up the bottom, I figured out that you could just not cinch up the top and make a hat out of it. So this would be a pumpkin. If I was going to make a pumpkin out of this would be all of the rows done. The flat has become rounded because you've joined it, and then you cinch up the top, and before you would cinch up the bottom, you would have to fill it, right? and then you would cinch up the bottom, and then it would be a pumpkin, but you would have to do some more stuff to it. But when I was doing that, I all of a sudden realized, and it was only on hers, I didn't even realize it with the kids', that, oh my gosh, that would make a great hat. So I went and found some colors that I enjoy. And this is made out of a tweed and mandala. And it just went around, and I love it. And the mandala was a sparkle, so this got sparkle in it. And now I have a hat for the winter that will go with anything that I have, because these are my colors. So
Look at her necklace.
yeah,
It's really being diluted by the light, but it's literally all these pearls and opals and like very much
the abalone colors.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Uncle Jack gave that to me. So, anyway, Sarah and I went to Joanne, or not Joanne's, we went to Hobby Lobby the other day. On purpose, because I wanted another canvas bag. I don't know what it is with me and canvas, but we have a love affair that I just cannot deny.
Stop. You can't stop it. It's inevitable. Daddy, I love him. Well,
I know. And so, they didn't have the one I was exactly looking for, but they had one that was even better. And I love pockets. Pockets on bags, pockets in pants, pockets in purses. Pockets are great.
yeah, it's just an obsessional thing she has.
I just love it. So I found this bag, and I proved to Sarah, because it was maybe I did find the other one.
What?
I cannot remember now.
I don't know what you're
Anyway,
talking about.
the other canvas bag was $1.99. It had 2 pockets on the front and the main cavity.
I showed you that there was 8 pockets.
I know.
Okay.
This
I don't know what you're referring to. Never mind.
there
Keep going on.
there was another bag I showed you,
Yes.
and it was $1.99, and it only had 3 pockets. And then I looked and I found this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it is full of yarn right now, but I wanted to prove how much it could hold.
I'll give you some space.
So it has the main cavity, and it has 3 pockets on one side, 3 pockets on the other side, and pockets on either end. We've got 8 pockets plus the cavity in the middle. And then I filled it with yarn, because I have an event this weekend.
And she needs something to do while it's happening.
It's not my event. It's something that my husband is putting together. And because we have to be there so early, because he's getting all the musicians there early to get their stuff set up, and the sound guy all on board, and all this stuff. Stuff I'm not involved with. So because I'm not involved with that, I get to bring my yarn. And I decided I was going to start a scrappy autumn colored double-stranded 10mm hook half double crochet blanket. Are you surprised? No, just the colors change. The colors change and nothing else does. So that's what's in this lovely canvas, very pocketed bag. Is all the yarns that I went through my stash and found, and then I am bringing my crochet hook holder. Whoop. I also found a very long needle.
Darning needle.
Darning needle.
It's called the doll needle.
I was going to say, I think it's called a doll. but it fits in here, and I'm going to keep it in there. And then there's my 10mm hook, my Furls Odyssey, and that'll fit in here. And then I'm bringing my gift card holder with my scissors and
There's so much just
another darning needle. Oh.
that fell into the. Oh, it's right there. Ah!
And just because, oh God, I just did it again.
I got it.
When you put the top on it, it just fits perfectly. And so I also put a rubber band on it just to keep the ends closed. But
No, that's mine.
so I am bringing that with me, and that's my whole kit. This is my kit. It's packable, portable, easy. Don't have to bring any more than this. Fits in my pockets. And I have 6 other pockets that I don't even have anything to put in them, except I am bringing my agenda just in case I need to write some notes down.
You could put your water in the end.
I know. I could do that, and I could bring snacks. Now, I might do that. I might fill up my...
You can make your own trail mixes.
Yeah. I might bring me some snacks because that's going to be a long day. We're going to be there from like noon until this thing gets over with at whatever time it gets over with. So I'm going to be...
Do you need a portable charger for your phone?
You know what? I have a charger for my phone, but that's a good idea. That's another pocket filler.
Portable so that you don't have to have an outlet.
I have no idea what those are, but...
It's a little...
No, I don't have it.
It's a little battery bank. It's like a little generator that it kind of looks like a small little memory drive, like a little, memory holder. But all it does is it holds like up to 3 to 4 charges worth for your phone.
Oh, wow.
Worth of energy if you just charge it, and then you can have it and you can just plug into that.
Oh.
So you don't need a wall port or your car.
Well, I might have to...
I have like 3 or 4 of them. You can have one.
Well, thank you for that. I'm going to put that in my other pocket. Yay! So, she just told me I could put stickers on those.
Well, it just reminds me of like a computer where you can put stickers on it.
Yeah.
As long as you keep the fans open, the parts where it needs to breathe open. Fine.
Yay! Yes, I would love that.
So you don't. And do you have your Bluetooth headphones?
I don't have those yet. I haven't ordered those yet, but I will.
Okay, well, we'll figure everything out so that you have some extra stuff before the event happens, because you're going to be there all day.
Yes. So that's what I've been up to, and what are you doing?
A cartoon Reuben sandwich.
Yes, for her Reuben that she finally finished them.
Do you need to see it?
I think we do. Oh. Isn't he just the cutest? He's got all of his little hairs up here now. Because last time you only had one.
Yeah. All of them are on. He has his little birthmark. He has all his things. And this alien from Lilo and Stitch really likes sandwiches. So I'll show you where I'm at with his sandwich, because that's his main thing. He loves to eat food and consume sandwiches. So, and then here's Scrum. This is Lilo's little doll, and I put pipe cleaners in the making of these little hairs so like he would stay sticking up.
Yeah. So cute.
And I made sure that the little embellishments, like the bow and the little band that she has, were made out of the velvet yarn, so they have a different texture consistency.
Oh yeah.
And it's different from what I made all the rest of the doll out of.
She's gonna love that.
Yep. And then my mother-in-law, you know that old sweater that she has that's like that doily white sweater that every single time it has a hole or a malfunction, she sends it to me.
Poor Sarah.
But here's the thing. It already has a crocheted pattern on it. It's a crocheted sweater. And all I have to do is every single time it unravels is crochet and re-implement the pattern.
Wow.
And so every single time I do a patch, you can't see it because I just re-crochet the pattern onto it.
Well, that's really cool.
And it's a cotton, so just have a white cotton yarn. And yes, this cotton is a little bit more diluted because it's been worn and washed and da-da-da-da. So this cotton will, over time, not be a starch white compared to the
Right.
Because this is white. It just turned into this color because it's been washed and worn and experienced the world.
And then she also got her
I always put a barrette so it doesn't unravel and you're not losing where the end is. But this, I have to split the 4 strands of this into 2 when I crochet it so that it's the right,
texture?
Oh,
The right weight.
the right weight and the right, what is it called? Volume.
Right.
So I keep having to mend this one, so she keeps sending this to me. And this is her order. This is for one of her granddaughters, because, so this.
Sarah got extra time because her mother-in-law and father-in-law ended up getting COVID.
Which is not great.
But it was an extra time to get things done.
Yeah, so me and my husband decided that with it being Reuben, he had to have a Reuben sandwich.
I was thinking the same thing.
So my husband, here, I'll grab my phone. My husband looked up just a generic Reuben sandwich, and he sent me the photo. So this is what I'm going off of. And remember, this is part realism, but part we are trying to make it cartoony. Cartoony is the goal. And so what I did is, as you can see, this sandwich has these really thick slices of bread, the sauce, the meat, the cheese, I think there's sauerkraut, and then obviously a toothpick holding it together with slices of pickle. Now, some of it I can't do because I'm choosing not to keep to realism. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do, but I do have some ideas. So where I'm at right now is, because of all the change in the color textures and the variance of how the meat looks and how the light looks and how I think it would be perceived when you see him making all his sandwiches and how cartoony they look with their shapes being kind of crazy looking and stuff. What I did was to make the bread slices the right thickness is I crocheted 2 squares of just a taupe sand lace colored yarn, and I made 2 of them, and then I sewed them together on the inside of the rows so that it would not billow and make a pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I sewed each row together from the inside until I got all the way up. Then I crocheted with this dark, not dark brown, but a lighter brown to make the crust. I crocheted on each layer, and then on the 2 bottom stitches, I sewed those together with the intention to still have that top half of the stitch be exposed so that it would bring it together. So I made 2 of those, and those are pretty nice, the nice thickness. Now what I'm doing is I'm choosing to do a real neon-y pink for the sandwich meat because the Reuben sandwich has that brightness to it, but obviously this is supposed to be a cartoon. And what I'm doing is I'm making these circles with the intention that when I fold them down and I fan them out,
It's a ruffly.
it's ruffly and they look like meat being
Yeah.
layered. Now, all that is it's a quadrant. It's only like a quarter of the sandwich, and they're going to be layered on top of each other. So if you put it down,
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
it will look like the meat. And I will be doing 4 of these all the way around. But then, because I thought, okay, the next separation of the sandwich should be more than just the meat. And it looks like it's like a Monterey cheese or like some sort of a Swiss cheese. It's a white cheese. It might be white American, I don't know, but that white cheese. So I'm going to take a white, and I'm only going to do it in 1 layer, but it's just going to be a perfect square. And wherever the seams are, where these meat pieces meet right here on this side, it's going to be, that's where the sides of the cheese is going to melt over.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't see that. And then I'll put the other sandwich piece on the top. Obviously it'll look like a sandwich. And yes, I'm not doing the sauerkraut. I'm not really planning to do the sauce dripping down, though I could. I'm not choosing to go that far. And then I think I might do a pickle.
Yeah.
With a toothpick, but what I'll do with the toothpick is it'll actually be a piece of
You could actually.
the styrofoam, not the pipe cleaner.
Okay, I was gonna say you could actually use a
Real toothpick.
real toothpick. She's old enough to handle that.
I could do just a real toothpick.
It would look real.
Yeah, so I might just do a real toothpick, but I think I'm gonna do like a cartoon looking pickle and then do the toothpick. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I think that this is gonna turn out to look really meaty and then have that cheese that looks like it's oozing out, and then he'll be holding his huge sandwich because that's his alien aesthetic and purpose in life. And I felt like it needed to be big because
Yeah.
he's one of those aliens where, here, let me show you.
Go big or go home.
Oh yeah, let me look it up. He's a great cartoon character. Reuben, Lilo, and Stitch. With his sandwiches. And I say he's known for making sandwiches.
Wow.
He makes like whole rooms of just sandwiches. Because it's his coping mechanism. When he gets stressed out, he makes whole rooms of sandwiches because you can never have too many sandwiches.
There you go.
So I like the idea of him just making gargantuan amount of big sandwiches. It's like, this is my pillow, this is my this. This is just what he does to calm down, which is why he's so pudgy, because he can't stop eating all the sandwiches that he makes.
That's so cool.
And the worst thing you can do is disrespect his sandwich recipes. It's like he's the caterer, he'll make all the sandwiches, but if someone says that they're done wrong, he just will come after you and just start slamming sandwiches at you.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Because he makes his sandwiches his way. He just goes. It's what he has.
Yep. You do with what you have.
But the only other thing I'm working on right now is I'm making a Bluey. The cartoon. I'm guessing most people know that compared to maybe this like obscure character, but Bluey is an Australian cartoon that's very popular right now, and I'm making the main character Bluey. And so right now, this is where I'm at. She is a dog. It's a healer, and so a blue healer. So her name is Bluey Healer, and yeah, this is just where I'm at in the design, and I should have an end product for you guys next week on that.
That's so awesome. Well, we do have another quote this week, and it's a rather long one, but this is basically a quote about how to take friends' advice. And it was said by George Eliot. So I'm just going to read it out in its entirety, And it's very good. But
it just speaks for itself.
yes, it does. So it says, oh, the inexpressible comfort of feeling safe with a person, having neither to weigh thoughts nor measure words, but pouring them all right out, just as they are, chaff and grain together, certain that a faithful hand will take and sift them, keep what is worth keeping, and then, with the breath of kindness, blow the rest away. Isn't that awesome? I saw that and I thought that's what we have to do for the video, because I think a lot of friends, if you have good, strong friends, and you are a good, strong friend, you can take your friend's advice, or you can tell them that's not going to work for me, and they'll be okay with you saying that, and you can be okay with not taking their advice or taking it because they're good friends to you. So, and like the very end of it says, with the breath of kindness, you can blow the rest away. You don't have, advice is advice. You can take it or you can leave it. And if you have good friends, they'll let you take it or leave it. And I think that's where the preciousness of friendships come along, and that if you have one of those friends that you can just tell anything to, and you know that your words are going to be safe with them, you need to keep that friend, because they are worth their weight in gold.
With me, the way that I always feel about it is that when I have racing thoughts, or I have intrusive thoughts, or I have thoughts that I can't stop from interfering with my day-to-day life, concerns, worries, however they are for you, when you have a thought or a situation that just presses you, the best thing that I have is the people that I can trust to just say it unfiltered, what's going on in my head, without having a worry that they're going to judge me or use it and abuse it or hold it against me or blackmail me or anything, where it's like, I need this out. I need a safe place to get it out of my head. Because sometimes when it's trapped in your head, it creates a bigger problem than needs to be, whereas there can be restraints on it when you have a friend who can actually grab it and be like, this is the good, this is the value part of this, and this is junk. This is something that is not going to be sustainable or nutritious out of what you have here, and
they can stop those racing thoughts.
Yeah, and this is the thing that is real. This is the thing that you have to work on. This is the thing this is the problem area, or this is you're not crazy. This is the part where there's validation, and then there's part where there's the boundaries, and so they kind of helped ground you, and then they take it and they're like, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
But if you do, and just knowing what you know now, having a friend that's like, here's what I would do, but I recognize that all you really needed was someone to kind of separate out the real from the not real. And now that you know what you need to work on and what you can leave behind, here's your opportunity to actually think, because when it's going crazy in your head, it's like cats that have gone crazy and are just chasing and making the room chaos. But when you can stop the cat, when you can get the cats to stop, you're able to be like, oh, this is what was actually going on. This one had jumped on tinfoil, and this one thought a pickle was going to end its life, and then the other one got a plastic bag on it, and now it's running from something that's just attached to them.
Right.
And it's never going to stop unless
someone stops it for them
and takes away what was in their control.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't see it until it's outside of ourselves. And there are people who genuinely, they don't need the person to solve the problem. They just need someone to talk at so that they can hear themselves for the first time over what they couldn't get themselves to stop hearing inside their head. And the last thing I will leave with you is I saw a video the other day that actually said the brain cannot differentiate between real and imaginary.
Yeah.
Which is why when you feel something, your body reacts to it as if it is real, because the brain cannot take in the difference between, that's why nightmares rattle you. That's why when we watch a movie and it scares us, it's because we view ourselves through the people who are experiencing it and how we would feel when it's happening.
Right.
Or if something sad happens or something happy happens, it doesn't have to be bad, but the thing is that if an idea goes into your head and it festers and becomes something, even though you tell yourself it's not real, until you are able to realize that your body's going to feel it, because no matter what, it entered your brain and your brain has perceived it to be real.
Right.
You can't stop it until you give yourself over to, I accept the fact that that made me feel this way, but I'm going to stop it now because I can't do anything more with it, because it made me feel deeply, because it's connected to me, it made me remember something, it made me feel something, and I can take something from that and create meaning out of that, but I can't let it rule my life, because you can't make every reality something that can change you, and you can't make everything imaginary change you, but you can take something from it
Right.
and walk away from it, making it meaningful, without it destroying you and taking away your peace. And one of the biggest things is venting to someone who's safe.
Yeah.
And I hope that everyone genuinely has those true friendships and relationships that do not come at a price, because the best thing that I feel that people can have is someone to talk to.
Exactly. A good friend is worth it.
It has saved my life, just being able to get something out of my head.
Yep, me too.
So
Me too.
I think that just having that reminder that when it's real in your head, it just is real, and you need that person that can validate the feelings but take away the things that are not necessary.
Yeah.
It is so important to be able to have that friend that's able to be like, I'm sorry for how that makes you feel, but let's put it into perspective. Let's do this. I'll end with the quote. Oh, the inexpressible comfort of feeling safe with a person, having neither to weigh thoughts nor measure words, but pouring them all right out just as they are, chaff and grain together, certain that in a faithful hand will take and sift them, keep what is worth keeping, and then with the breath of kindness blow the rest away. George Eliot.
Yes.
Some things, it takes just the right person to get that out, that truth out, so that we can understand it as a truth and then use it to our advantage.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to be reminded that it's okay to let it out. So this is your daily friendly weekly reminder.
Yes.
That it's okay to have feelings and have it be troubling. Find that person that you can confide in.
Yes.
And they will help you.
If you like this video, give it a like. Or subscribe. Tell your friends.
Share. Sometimes we just have the silly things, like a little Reuben sandwich with a Reuben alien that loves making sandwiches. Sometimes we have the meaningful things that are the blankets that are comfortable, a decoration that makes you smile and just feel cozy, a hat or a toy. But in other ways, you just have to remember that we're doing this for togetherness, for comfort, for the things that create a feeling. I feel like that's what most crafts are, is chasing a feeling and what it can make other people feel. And so at the end of the day...
or giving you something to do when you have...
Yeah, ground you when you have nothing else that is grounding you.
It's something that I'm looking forward to doing on Saturday, because there's nothing else for me to do.
It gives you something
Yeah.
to be occupied so you don't have to worry about anything
And
else.
at the end, I'm gonna have something beautiful out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always the great thing about crafts.
Yes. So we hope that for anyone who's made it to the end, thank you. We hope that you've had a good time with us today. And as always, we hope that you stitch your way
To mental health.